which is a non-dairy, sugar-free creamer. So I can't find it right now, so I haven't been doing my dandelion honey tea. But, so I do lemon ginger tea and Celtic sea salt, which... Poor connection. So Celtic sea salt, which there's a lot of benefits. We'll go into it at another time. But I've been taking that daily a couple times a day to help with my hydration and my minerals and help balance me out, because believe it or not, I was not salty enough. So, but salt's something that I've avoided for many, many years because my grandpa had an aneurysm. And if you know anything about aneurysms, one of the things they tell you to avoid at all cost is sodium. So, anyway, so I got up and I'm vibing. I'm like, I'm going to record myself dancing around because it's something I want to do. I want to be comfortable doing. I want to be comfortable in my skin again, which I'm working on. And I want to be comfortable showing the amounts of skin that I want to show. After losing weight, I kind of flipped and went to a more modest route. Showing cleavage obviously is not my thing anymore, but that's because, you guys, I don't have any like, they're small now. I mean, they're still there. They're still there. And I love them. I'm perfectly happy with them. I'm thinking about doing PRP to lift them up a little bit, but I don't want to get like a boob job or anything. I'm really, like, I wish they sat up where they're supposed to, but it's whatever. Because the rest, and I know some of y'all are going to laugh, but I've manifested so much else in my body change that I'm that I can just manifest my breastises coming back up. So, I have always been very self-conscious of my stomach. I've always had stretch marks. I was always overweight. I was never a girl that could wear crop tops, and I've always, always, always wanted to. I always wanted to be one of those girls and like biker shorts or leggings. And I never was. And I'm still not, because there's parts of my body that I'm still not completely comfortable with. But I've been putting a little bit more effort into working out. And when I say work out, like, it's very, very lax. And it's something that, like, nobody would ever recommend. But it works for me. You know, I do movements throughout the day. I do yoga. I do Pilates. I do, like, essentially a weight training. I have a kettlebell that I use, which I don't even know. I haven't used it in like a week, and I have no idea where it's at this point. Poor connection, I guess. Point being, I've had a hard time embracing being proud of myself. Even though I've done amazing things, I've changed my life, I'm healthy, I'm happy, I'm in the best shape I've ever been. You know, my husband and I, we go on trails and go hiking and do all these great things, and most of it's so easy for me now. It's weird. I know, it's weird. But, so, I was doing that video, and I was like, you know, dancing around, and I watched it back, and I realized that I'm in a bra top, and it's not biker shorts, but it is leggings. So, then, I don't know, I can't see, so I don't know. Okay. Do y'all see that? I'm not even flexing, like, just fully breathing, normal. Look at that. And then when I flex, but I have loose skin, so that's what I've been self-conscious of, is the loose skin. But I have definition in my abs, you guys. I've only one other time, when I was a super huge gym rat, and I was a wellness coach back in my 20s, and I was very, like, I was losing weight, and I was healthy, but I was very unhealthy about it. That's when, like, my ED really was full blast and took over, and I think the longest stretch I went without solid food was 6 weeks, and everybody praised me for it because I was overweight, and I was losing weight, and so I was even showing other people how to do it. Like, I'm not real proud of that time, but it is what it is. It got me where I am. I don't participate in any of that anymore. I don't do shakes. I don't do any of it. I eat normal foods every morning. I eat sourdough toast, drenched in butter, eggs fried in olive oil, hash browns fried in olive oil. I eat a normal lunch, usually like a chicken sandwich or something like that. But I'm proud. I'm proud. Y'all, what? That's wild. And for those of you that are like, oh, she's still losing weight, she's losing too much weight. No, I've been checked. My doctor has done my workup. I am exactly on par to where I'm supposed to be. I've had a lot of people that are concerned that I'm still losing weight. Here's the thing, guys. Turns out I'm a very small frame person. Little did we know, but I'm a very small frame person. And I'm small. And I'm probably going to get smaller. And even my doctor said I'll probably lose another 10 pounds or so before my body's done. And at this point, I'm eating well. I'm resting well. I'm exercising. I'm active. I'm doing everything I'm supposed to. I'm taking my supplements like I'm supposed to. I'm getting my blood work done. I'm checking in. I'm making sure, and I'm being due diligent because I'm the best thing in my life. Like, my husband's second best, obviously, but I'm the best thing in my life. And I'm the only one that can really take care of me. So, in that, okay, let's do it. You guys want to see the loose skin? So, this is the hardest part. I am sitting at probably about 130 or so. And I know y'all think I'm super skinny, but it's hard for me to see it because of these things. Hi. Like, that's just skin. Same on my stomach. Like, it's skin. There's a lot of skin there. And there's just a lot of skin. And it's crazy. And my thighs are worse, and I would show you, but I don't have panties on, and we're not that kind of channel. So, losing weight was not the end all be all. It was not a fix all. It was not, there's still so much work I have to do. There's still so many things that I'm working on, embracing my new body, because it is a completely different body. I feel like a different person. I am a different person. And a lot of things that made me who I was, my curves, my vivaciousness, essentially, are gone. So having small breasts is definitely, I had bigger boobs when I was 8 years old than I do now. And, you guys. But you see, I'm not super skinny. I know in my pictures I look super skinny, but I have a lot of skin. And it's okay. It's okay. Because you know what? I am where I've always dreamed of being. Today. Right now, even with loose skin and all the doubt I have about myself and all the things I wish I could do or I've been doing or whatever, I'm so proud of me. I'm proud of myself. I can see myself in pride. I can see myself, like that video I was telling you guys that I recorded earlier of me dancing around. I cried when I watched it because I was so proud. I realized in that moment I was wearing a bra top and leggings, dancing, posting it on the internet for people to see. Because I want to inspire others. I don't care what you guys think about my body. I really don't. And that is one thing I have gotten to. I still care what people say about me as a person, but my body, I don't care. It's like I said, it's weird because I get weird comments, when I was fat, no one ever stopped me and said, do you think you're getting too fat? But now that I'm skinny, it's, do you think you're getting too skinny? And I hear it often. And even my mom asked me the other day, she's like, you're still losing weight. You've lost more weight. And I'm like, yeah. But I haven't really, my body's recompositioning itself, and that's what happens as women and as people. Our body changes and it ebbs and it flows, and I'm healthy and I'm doing really well, but I'm learning this new body. I'm learning to be comfortable with it. I'm learning to be comfortable in it. And I'm learning how to move it. I think that's one thing that people don't talk about. Once you lose a drastic amount of weight, you don't really know how your body moves anymore because it moves differently. I don't have the back problems. I don't have the sleeping problems. I don't have the mental health problems. Like, all the few downsides of like having loose skin and having to reacclimate myself and create myself and figure out how I want to present my body and how I want to present myself and what I want to wear. And because when you're a certain size, I was over 300 pounds. When you're that big, there's not a lot of options. You don't necessarily have the opportunity to wear the cute things because they don't make them in your size. And if they do, you're not going to find them in the store because everybody else is looking for them. So, figuring out all those things was worth it. I feel good and I feel proud. And I feel the most like me I've ever felt. I feel inside myself, which I know sounds weird, right? Like, we're always inside of ourselves. But I actually feel connected to myself, to my body, to my spirit, to every bit of who I am, who I was, and I try not to villainize who I was because she got me here. And here is amazing. I love it. Like, our life is changing. We're going in a different direction and new chapters are opening. And it's just like my husband and I have been talking about our future a lot and where we see ourselves. We are loving doing the YouTube channel. It's a really fun hobby for us, and it's something that we really enjoy and that we're going to make money on, and it's going to help provide a way for us to live the life we want to. The world has been a hard place for me here in the last few years, and I miss being in it, and I miss people and all those things. But at the end of the day, I'm the best I've ever been. So obviously something's working. And that's being with my husband every day. And that was really a game changer for me. And it gave me the space and the safety to do the hard work I needed to do that I couldn't do while he was on the road without me. So, but yeah, you guys, manifestations are just rolling in, and I cannot wait to show you guys. There's some things I can't speak on yet because they are not finite, and even though speaking on them would help the creation, there's more than just me involved. But there's big things coming, not just for me, but for our family, and where we're going to be and what we're going to be doing. And just a reminder, success looks different for everybody. Don't measure yourself compared to anybody else, because someone else's cup is not the same size as yours, and they're not pouring the same beverage. It's so different. Each of our experiences is so individual, and getting to live in 2023 in what is the best times that this world has ever seen, that we know of, it's amazing. And I hope you guys get to feel that and step outside of the fear and the negativity and the bullshit that just swirls I'm pretty. I don't have a filter on. I don't have makeup on. I'm pretty. That's something I've been doing. When I catch myself looking at myself and admiring myself, I feed into it instead of being like, oh, don't be so cocketed. Don't be so cocketed. Don't be so cocky. Don't be so arrogant. Just like, geez. But no, I deserve that. We all deserve it. And one thing that I try to remind myself is if anybody sees me as arrogant, that's just their insecurities. That has nothing to do with me. Like, I have no control over how people see me. All I can do is present myself in a way that feels good for me. And that's what I'm going to do. And that's what I'm doing. And that's what I'm going to continue to do, is presenting myself in the best way I can, feeling good about my experience and what I'm sharing of my journey with you guys, and hopefully inspiring some of you along the way to make the changes. Because they're tough. They're difficult. It's not easy. If it was easy, everybody would do it. But it takes dedication. It takes time. It takes grit. It takes love. It takes developing love and letting go of the BS and moving into yourself and who you want to be rather than who you've always been. You know, we want to think that our personality is this finite thing. This is who I've been. This is who I'll always be. And that's just not true. Your personality is your personal reality. So what you create, what you think, what you say, what you marinate on, what you watch, what you hear, what you participate in, who you hang out with, that's your personality. That's your personal reality. And you can change it at any time. And when people say, I can't change, this is who I am, this is who I've always been, that's lazy. It's compliant. That's not the energy we want to live in. We don't want compliancy. We want creation. You know, there's so many people out there that are creating by default because we create no matter whether we're conscious of it or not. Anybody else lose an extreme amount of weight and feel like their head's too big for their body at sometimes? Like sometimes I look at myself now and I'm like, oh, my head's too big for my body. But, so yeah. So, oh, look at this slider, you guys. Nothing better than a fine piece of tail. Anyway, I just want to talk to you guys for a minute. Be a little vulnerable, show you what I'm going through. For everybody that might be curious, I know I hadn't really done an update on my loose skin yet. But yeah, like I said, I'll take the loose skin because it's tightening. Even though everything says it shouldn't be, it's tightening. And I'm getting definition. Look at that. Oh, that's so good. That's so good. Like, I love that. So, you're going to see what I want you to, because that's the way the world works. But what I'm going to show you, we're going to dive into some things here, and I'm probably going to do some Zoom classes, and I want to teach you guys how to manifest like I have, because the first 100 pounds I lost was all manifestation. I didn't change anything, you know, my body changing. I didn't, you know what I mean? Like, look at that, look at that, look at that. That's lymphatic drainage. Like, I'm not even going to lie. That's lymphatic drainage. That's gua sha. If you do not gua sha, you should. I did not gua sha my forehead as much as I should have. But that's why at 37, I'm still bouncy in the face. Some of it. Probably going to have to get a brow lift because with the weight loss, my forehead fell. And I actually have loose skin on my nose too, which is weird. Never heard anybody have loose skin on their nose. But none of these things make me imperfect. None of these things change the fact that my body is exactly where it needs to be. It's doing exactly what it needs to do, and it is healthy. Like, these physical things that mess with my head have nothing to do with who I am inside, how I feel about myself. You know, I used to be that person that, you know, when I would look in the mirror, like, I wouldn't look in the mirror first and foremost, but when I would look in the mirror and I'd see something like, you know, loose skin, I'd be like, Desiree, you're a piece. POS. Why aren't you better? Why does that suck? Why can't you blah, blah, blah? I don't do that anymore. And I think that was the biggest change that I made personally in how I spoke to myself. So if I would look in the mirror, like I'm looking at this now, I would normally, in the past, okay, so I'd be like, because there's certain ways that I roll my arm that, like, the skin really comes out. And then, like, I do have loose skin down here. And then the back of my arms. And then, like, right there, right? So, and when I, like, you can see, hi, I don't care. Because this body has done so much. It has carried over 300 pounds twice in its life. It has lost over 200 pounds twice in its life. And it's still supporting me. And it's still loving me. And it's still willing to work with me. So why wouldn't I pour love into it? Why wouldn't I look at it through kind eyes? Why wouldn't I sit here loving myself while I look at myself? Why wouldn't I look at me and think, golly, you're pretty? Like, I admire you. Like, I can look at myself and be like, I admire you. Like, you've been through a lot. And you're beautiful. And it shows. And I think that's where we need to get comfortable, because we don't want to say those things out loud. We don't want to look at ourselves and be like, man, I'm pretty. And have everybody else be like, okay, somebody thinks a lot of herself. Yeah, I do. I do think a lot of myself. And I'm not going to be ashamed of that. I'm not going to bow down to anybody else's insecurities anymore and try to squash my light and my pride because it makes your insecurities flare. Right? Like, I don't want to live my life tippy-toeing around because you might get triggered. And nobody tippy-toes around me. And I mean, if they do, they shouldn't, but not that I know of. So, people hurt my feelings all the time. I go out of my way not to hurt other people's feelings because I don't like that. I don't like that energy. I don't like making people feel bad about themselves. When I was miserable, I did feed off of it, and I won't lie about that, you guys. Like, I wasn't a great person. I was a POS, you know. I was in pain. I was a different person then, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I was not a great person, and I did not have the best intentions all the time, and I did not care as much about myself as I should have, first and foremost. I didn't care a lot about other people, and yeah, I guess I should. But yeah, so this is where I'm at, and you know, I can't apologize if bragging on myself makes you feel bad about yourself. I can't not be happy and excited with myself. I mean, you guys look like I don't even have any makeup on. I'm 37 years old, you guys. No makeup, no filter, nothing. Right? Like, that's my skin, that's my face, that's me. Like, I can look in here and be like, okay, we look good. We look really good. And I can feel good about that and not feel like, oh, Desiree, don't be so cocky. Calm down. You're not that pretty. You're not as pretty as so-and-so. I don't have to compare myself to anybody else. I don't have to be as pretty as so-and-so. I only have to be as pretty as I want to be. And I think I'm beautiful because beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And yes, there are those people that are classically beautiful and everybody thinks they're beautiful. That's cool for them. I'm an acquired taste. And I like that about myself. My husband likes that about me. You know, I'm his taste. And that's what matters. And I think that's where my journey online has changed so much, is the longer my husband and I are together, the more in love with him I fall. And the more not disrespecting him and making sure he knows that he is the only attention that I need in the world means a lot to me. I don't want him to ever think that I need validation from anyone else outside of myself, first and foremost, but outside of him. Like, I don't need y'all to get in my comments and be like, oh my God, you're so pretty, you're so this, you're so that. That's nice. I like hearing it. Everybody loves a compliment, but I don't need it. What I need is to inspire. That's what I feed on. I love getting those messages or those, like, it even like, those messages or those comments that are like, you've inspired me. Thank you. That drives me because I share my journey because I was alone for so long. I thought I was alone because I didn't share, because I didn't talk, because when I was younger and I tried, everybody would be like, nobody wants to hear, nobody cares. It was the 90s. Nobody cared. You know, it was heroin chic and everybody had their own problems and yada, yada, yada. And Kevin was left home alone. I mean, things were rough in the 90s. Nobody cared about your feelings. And now in 2023, everybody cares too much. So what do? You find the happy balance. You find the medium. You find the harmony in it. And you say, I care about what I'm going through, and I care about what other people are going through, and there has to be a happy medium. There has to be a harmony in that. And so I'm not going to try and trigger you, but if I trigger you, then that's your journey, and I'm not responsible for that. And I'm taking that responsibility off of my head and saying that I'm going to be proud. I'm going to be loud and proud of exactly who I am, because I've worked so fucking hard, you guys. I know a lot of you think she doesn't work. She's a housewife. Like, she doesn't do anything. I spend 4 to 6 hours a day on content. I spend 4 to 6 hours a day in meditation. I mean, you know, and then I spend 4 to 6 hours a day being a wife, cooking, cleaning, catering, all those things that I do to make sure my husband feels loved and appreciated. You know what I mean. But yeah, so yeah, I work really fucking hard, and I deserve to be proud of what I've accomplished, because it's not just my body, which my body is definitely one of the most rewarding parts of it, but it's my life. It's my marriage. I have a beautiful, healthy, happy marriage. Like, I never thought, first of all, I never thought I was going to get married, ever. Never thought it would be good. Never knew it could be this good. I didn't grow up with an example of what a good marriage was. And like so many people, I know very few people that have good marriages, even now. So, I can brag about that. We're happy. We have our problems, y'all. I am Looney Tunes sometimes. And, I have my episodes, and I lose my shit. And I'm trying really hard not to do that, because I do believe being unable to control your emotions is a weakness. And I see it. I see it very clearly. And it's philosophy that has been around for thousands of years. So that's where I tend to go. And that's why I study Stoicism. That's why I study Ayurveda. That's why I study the things I do, because they are ancient things that have lasted the test of time. And a lot of the modern day things that people are spewing is just regurgitation of the past. And when you realize that, you want to go seek out the people that were really talking about it and that really understood it. And so, that's where we are. But anyway, I think I've chatted with you guys long enough. I was feeling lonely and emotional and happy. So that's the thing, is I was emotional, but I wasn't sad. You know what I mean? Like, I've been emotional all morning, but I was not sad. I didn't feel sad. I just felt, I cried, just happy. And that happens to me a lot now. Like, I just get overwhelmed with the happiness. I get overwhelmed with the gratitude and the joy and the pride that I feel for myself and for my life and for where we're at and what we're doing. Our life is unconventional, and I love it. We're adults without children who live in an RV and travel the country. Like, how fucking cool is that? With cute dogs, So I feel good about it. But like I said, I've got some big things. If you want to learn, not even learn, if you want to do, if you want to change your life, let me know. Let me know in the comments. I'm not doing one-on-one clients right now. We have a lot going on, and I'm just not in that place. Unless you specifically feel like you need to work with me. If you do, please message me, because especially if you're somebody I would want to help. But I don't have the time to pour in to a client that I would want to. I don't have the mental capacity or the emotional width right now to pour into anybody how I like to. And so that's not fair to me. And it's not fair to you, because even though, I can still do great things, obviously, just not there right now. I want to do groups. That's where I'm going for right now. I want to do groups. I want to do healing circles and meditation circles and abundance circles, and I want to help you guys get the very best life, help you figure out how to love yourself and let go of the past, and I want you to get the very best out of life, and I want to help you do that. So, if you were interested in that, leave a comment, let me know. I don't use Messenger. I check it, once or twice a week, maybe. But comments I check, because Facebook tells me I have to. Facebook will send me this little thing and be like, hey, you haven't responded to this comment yet. I'm like, yeah, I know. I hearted it. I thought that was enough, but I guess not, so I guess I will go do that. Anyway, so if you want to learn how to change your life, not learn, but do. If you want to, go. That dog, y'all. I'm telling you, she knows when I'm recording. She does it on purpose. She's okay. If you want to create the life that you've always wanted, if you want to start today and create the life you've always wanted, first and foremost, stop talking shit to yourself. Stop being mean. Stop focusing on the bad things that are happening to you and start pumping in what you actually want. Talk about what you want. See it, feel it, live in it. Attitude of gratitude, guys. It is a game changer. We live in the attitude of gratitude. And my husband and I, it's something that we practice every day. We tell each other how grateful we are. We try to tell ourselves how grateful we are. We show gratitude for what we have, attitude of gratitude. But when it comes down to it, the biggest thing that's going to change your life is changing your mindset. Developing a beautiful self-concept. And I'm going to help you guys do that. So if you're interested and you want to do it, and you'd be interested in maybe doing some Zoom classes or some pre-records in a group setting, okay? So I'm doing groups. Let me know, because it is coming. It's on the way. I already have some material. And you guys are going to love it. It's amazing. So I have taken what I've done and I have tried to break it down in the easiest way possible, so that way you guys can hit the ground running. And it's not this, for me, it was a long drawn out process. I had to go with the flow. I had to figure it out as I went. I want you guys to have an easier time doing it, so I'm going to help you. And as always, I still have a Patreon, you guys. I'll put the link down there. Thank you, Raina and Hannah, who have been my 2 patrons forever, and Mary, who was for a long time, for $3.33 a month. $3.33 a month, less than a cup of coffee. You can show me that what I do matters, and you can help me help others. It's a lot. What I share is a lot. And I know that some people find no value in it, and that's fine, because I do. And I feel good about the work I put out every day, and I know what I'm bringing to the world, and I know the value that I'm bringing to the world. And I know that what I'm doing is good and important. But money helps. I mean, come on, guys. Money helps. So for $3.33, you can help me continue to heal and inspire others. And every investment in me is an investment in yourself, because what we do is important. This work, this life-changing goodness is important, and it's needed in the world, because the better we are, the better blessings we are for the world. The more we bless ourselves, the more we bless others. The kinder we are to ourselves, the kinder we are to others. And so when we get into that mindset and we say, you know what, I need to be nice to myself. So this is all about you. This isn't about anybody else. This isn't about, giving money to charity or anything like that. This is about you, how you talk to yourself, how you see yourself, how you interact with yourself, what you're thinking, what you're saying, what you're joking about. I know I've really been harping on the joking, but you guys, I see it every day. I know you think just sharing a meme it's mindless, it's funny, it'll get you reactions, it'll get you likes, whatever, and most of us are monetized. So we want that, obviously. We want to make money. But those jokes cost you creation. They cost you creation in your experience, because everything creates your experience. So even when you're joking, that means that's a belief you hold somewhere within you. Never believe somebody when they say, I'm just joking, especially when they're talking negatively about themselves, because they're not. There's a belief in there somewhere. There's something, and they're holding that. So they're so extra. Anyway, I love you guys. I hope you have a rocking good day. I hope you feel good. I hope you feel proud. I hope you come into your body. Feel your spirit. Feel your heart, your mind, everything in cohesion. Breathe. Make sure you're working that diaphragm. Doing your side bends. Getting active. And loving yourself. First and foremost, I hope out of everything you do today, because the biggest thing you're going to do today is love yourself. The best thing you can do for yourself, the best makeup you can wear, the best workout you can do, the best project you can turn in is the one when you love yourself, when you work on yourself, and when you see yourself through kind, loving eyes. So I hope you guys get to
All right, Carter, you got 2587.